I'm Pat Carbone. Kind of hard talking to the computer. I've never done this before, so bear with us. People are still logging in. Hopefully they'll just join as we go. If everyone can double check their phones or computers are muted, it'll be easier for everyone to hear the information. If you want to speak, unmute your phone and feel free to ask a question. Questions are welcome at any time, okay? I'd like to thank everyone for joining in on this webinar, new state-of-the-art way to communicate. Before we get down to real business, I'd like to just welcome any chairman and team captain. And I just would like to give you a little background that our office has moved to the new location, whether you saw it on the website or not. We are in King of Prussia at the old historic King of Prussia Inn. That's where our new office is. You walk in the door and our office is right there to the right. We welcome visitors to come and check it out. We did move as of March 1st, and we didn't really skip a beat. We have furniture, phone, computers, and we're ready to continue working. I would just like everybody to know that after posting the job application for the new executive director and interviewing the applicants that we received, that the executive committee approved the choice recommended by the search committee. And I'd like to let everyone know that Laura Hammond, who is online here, is our new executive director. We're very happy to have her, and she did a great job today at the chairman's meeting and captain's clinic. There are several factors that comprise a successful organization and association that we have. We need to have good tournaments, good courses to play, and we need participation. We ask that people this year consider just asking a friend, somebody that either has played before or has never played, to come out and just play in a tournament. That's how I started 100 years ago. Someone said to me, come play in a tournament. And that was the beginning. So feel free to just sign up for one tournament. That would be great. Participation has been down over the past 5 years, partially due to the economy, and we would like to get back to where we were, 5 years ago. So if everybody could just make an attempt to bring a friend, we would really appreciate that. That being said, the gin money that was discussed over the past year, we will no longer have. That was the, quote, $80,000, and that is no longer going to be ours. So our budget took a little hit, but we are fine, and we would just like to increase our participation in tournaments, and we'll even be better. We do include all classes of golfers, A, B, C, and D, which many of the other golf associations, Florida, New York, Massachusetts, their tournaments are strictly A and B, and some of them are just A. So we try to include everyone, and the more the merrier. So sometimes I understand the C's and D's may be don't want to drive any distance, but if you get a buddy, it's always easier to take a little bit of a ride. Let's see. All right. On the I could introduce our committee. It's hard to introduce because you can't see anybody, but just to let everyone know, our executive committee this year, I am Pat Carbone, the president. Gail Anderson is our vice president. Sally Menser is our secretary. Faith Uminski, the treasurer. The executive committee is Burl Kraft, Joanne Elvert, Aaron Green, Liz Haynes, Tony Herding, Patty Lawrence, Chantel Messier, and Nancy Porter. And then we have our new executive director, who is Laura Hammond. Okay, so I'm going to turn the slide presentation over to Joanne Elbert, and she's going to discuss some of the chairman's information. Joanne?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Basically, though you were not at the meeting today, we will get the information to you. If you are a chairperson and you requested J. Wood Platt bag tags, we will get them to you. If you haven't requested them and would still like them, you can send an email to the WGAP at WGAPGolf.org email, and we'll make sure you get them. Also, there is a poster that will show all of the tournaments. You probably saw one last year that we'd asked you to post on your bulletin board. It's 11 by 17, so we'll get that to you all. And also, there are 2 posters for what we call our marketing flyer. We'd really like you, when you have your kickoff meeting with your lady golfers, really encourage people who maybe have never been a member of WGAP before. Because basically for $85, you're a member of the organization, you play in 1 tournament, 1 open day, or at some point you decide to play in team matches, you recoup your membership. And I think you'll find out that we are one of the few organizations that does not charge for our tournament. So we really would like to encourage you to get new members from your club if there are people that are interested, and we'll be glad to talk to you or any of your members about that. For the team captain, there's also packets that were distributed. And again, if someone from your club didn't pick them up, we'll get them out to you. In those packets are basically your team match handbook, which is the Bible of your team match, around team matches. It's a red binder. It's in there. We're also going to post a lot of these documents on the website so that even if you get one personally, there'll be these documents you can download. There's also a form in there that you would give to your pro to ask him availability for our challenge matches. We ask that you give that form to your golf pro and that he returns it to the golf office by April 1st. That way, when we go to challenge matches, we will know which clubs have availability for those dates. Also, there's a team match checklist in there, which is great for new captains and even for existing captains to review exactly what you need to do, whether you're the home or away captain for each of the meetings. So again, this information will be sent to you if no one collected it. We did have some clubs that weren't able to attend, obviously. So we'll get that information to you, plus it will be posted on the website. Oh, and one other thing, normally we would have given you at this point to the chairman the open day calendar. We are still waiting to hear from a few of the pros about when the open days will be. So as soon as we have all of that information, we'll get that out to you also in email so that you can print it out and send it to your members. And we'll talk about a little later, open days you'll register online this year, but that'll be part of the presentation. Pat, that's what I had to talk about.
Okay. All right, so we're going to, Laura, are you going to be the official taking care of the screen?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody to the Chairman and Captain's Clinic. Our little slide states, I guess maybe they're right, that golf is a game of inches. That would be our starting point here. Okay. I would like everyone to, as I said earlier, just encourage at least one new member from your club, maybe somebody that's joining your ladies league who was in the other group and is moving up into the lower handicap, just to encourage one person to come out and play in some of the tournaments. The marketing tool, which is the next slide, will can be hung in the locker room. It just explains what we have to offer for our $85, and hopefully we can encourage a few more members this year. Volunteers this year. It is going to be a page on our website. It has not been finished as of right now, but it will be soon. We've been asked, people want to volunteer for some of the tournaments to help us out. We welcome any volunteers. There will be a list of the tournaments on the website and on a volunteer page. That's what's in the planning. And the tournaments will be listed, and the hours that you want to volunteer. You could maybe volunteer in the morning or the afternoon. So the final details will be coming probably within the next couple weeks. So if anybody really wants to come out and see what working on the executive committee is about and just helping out in some of the tournaments, we would love to have you. So keep an eye for that coming up. The next is our schedule of events. On here are all of our tournaments and the dates. Each club will receive one of these posters. If you have not, it's a little large. It would get ruined if we mailed it. We'll have them at the golf office. You're welcome to stop by and pick one up so you can hang it in your locker room. And there's only one event that does not have a home yet. I'm working on it. If anybody on the phone knows that their course would love to host a tournament this year or next year, just let us know. We'd be happy to talk to you. Our open days are going to be different this year. You're going to sign up through the website. No longer calling the course a week ahead of time. Registration will begin at 6 in the morning, 1 week prior to the open day. You may sign up for yourself and one other person, WGAP member, that is. Some courses will allow you to play in foursomes, and don't panic because you can sign your friend up, and then the other two people that you are going to play with, they can sign up right behind you, and you can all play together if you're allowed to play in a foursome. We are trying to give everybody equal opportunity to sign up to play in the open days. As everyone knows, it's up to the clubs individually whether they allow 2 foursomes or 12 foursomes or 5 twosomes. That is determined by the individual clubs. That is not determined by us. So you just have to take your chances. Some clubs, you'll be able to see online how many tee times they offer and whether they're in twosomes or foursomes or threesomes. That will be on the site. If the clubs are going to cancel an open day, which sometimes there's a conflict, so they have to cancel an open day, it all should be on the website. So if you think you're going to play a certain course, double check to make sure that that day has not been canceled. Every club has to volunteer for a minimum of 2 open days a season, in case you wanted to know. And if your club does not offer those 2 days, then the ladies at your club are actually not eligible for open days. The golfers, you may sign up for 7 open days, no more than 2 times at the same course. And you can cancel if you register and you cancel within 48 hours. That day that you scheduled yourself will be put back into your 7-day bank. If you cancel the day of or less than 48 hours, that day is going to come out of your bank because other people then won't have the opportunity to go in and sign up, and it limits how many people get to use the open day. So if there's a rain out and you're signed up to play somewhere, if everything gets canceled, that day that you were scheduled should go back into your 7-day bank. So that's how the open days are supposed to be this year. If there's any problems on your end, feel free to call the office and we'll try and work things out. It's new this year and it all sounds good. We'll hope that it continues to play out that well. Okay, registrations for all of our tournaments are online this year. The cart fees will be paid with a Visa or a MasterCard, and the tee times will be posted shortly after the registration closes. You'll have ample time to know your tee time. Okay, new information. Cell phones, the new cell phone policy for 2016. All players are advised that the use of cell phones for emergency phone calls, text messages on the course is now allowed. Before you go out to play, we are going to continue to encourage everyone to silence their cell phones and not use their cell phone. It may be used for a distance measuring device, but you cannot use it for slope or wind. In the past, we were not allowed to use them for this feature. On the flip side, just so you know, a lot of people don't use them for the distance measuring device because it really wears down your battery rather quickly. So, and it uses, oftentimes, I think it also uses your data. So unless you have a big expensive data plan, you won't really be wanting to use your cell phone. If a player that you or if a player constantly disregards their competitor or opponent, there could be a penalty for undue delay. You know, if somebody thinks they're going to conduct business out on the golf course while you're playing your match, that's not okay. We did lighten up. The USGA is the one that recommends the use of the cell phone for this feature, so it really should be just used for emergencies only. Okay, information. The courses are not open for practice rounds before tournaments except on an open day. If you have the option to play an open day before a team match, great. You'll get some practice. Players are urged, please stay for lunch at the host club. Depending on what time your tee times are, but if you're playing open days or if you're playing in a tournament, we ask that you support the club who has given up their course for the day for our tournament. You may not bring your own caddy to any WGAP event. Team match scores should be posted as a T-score, and the WGAP will post tournament scores as T-scores for competitors in any of the tournaments. Okay. Thursday, April 21st, at Radnor Valley, 9 a.m. shotgun, is the Chairman Scramble. This year, it is 18 holes. It has been 9 in the past. This is open to any golf and or handicap chairman or a substitute. We would like to have 2 representatives from each club. The purpose of the Chairman Scramble is to really exchange ideas. After golf, we have lunch, and you can find out how somebody at another club runs their member guest, how you have an issue with some problem with your ladies and you want to know how do they handle. It's open discussion. It's very informative. You learn something new every year from another club, and it's a great opportunity. Online registration starts on Thursday, March 10th, and it will close on April 14th. So check to see that your chairman or your handicap person is coming, and if not, you can volunteer to be their substitute. Chairman's duties: please check to verify your club's directions on our website. If there's any detours, roads closed for the season or for a month, if you let us know, we can correct them on the website, so when somebody's going to a team match, they're not a half an hour late because of a detour. The inclement weather procedure is in the packet that hopefully you will all get if you have not received. And we'd like to ask you to give it to your golf professional and or superintendent. so that everybody's on the same page with the inclement weather. Okay, 2017 tournament schedule. It's not a typo. We are asking for clubs to volunteer for any tournaments, to host any of the tournaments for next year. If you look on the website, you can see the list of all the tournaments. Maybe one time-wise would interest your club more than another. The Chairman Scramble in April, I will tell you, I usually receive about 10 or 15 volunteers for that because it's in April before the season. But that's usually pretty easy to find a site for. It's the ones in June, July, and August, and September. So I would ask everybody just to take a look at that, and if you could make an offer, it would make things a lot easier for us, actually. You can also contact Laura at the golf office at her email address, lhammond@wgapgolf.org, or our new phone number, if you haven't noticed, 610-337-WGAP. If you can memorize the 337, you'll never have to look our phone number up again. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to turn over the presentation to Laura. She's going to handle the team match information. Go for it.
Okay, hi everyone. So for team matches, we're going to start with the brand new material, which is the online component for creating your lineups and reporting your scores. So as far as the lineups go, they need to be created online by March 18th. So you'll just need to go to the site and log in with the credentials that you created when you registered your membership. So your username is either your GIN number or your email address, and then your password you set. Once you're logged in, if you look down at the bottom here, you're going to see this green bar that says Team Match Links and Team Lineup. You're going to click where it says Team Lineup right there in the middle of the page. That's the first step. Once you click on that, your lineup, your available players will pop up in a new window. They're going to be sorted by handicap for you. So that's this list right here. And then over here is the pre-populated order based on their handicaps. So this is your chance should you want to move people around in your lineup. Remember, there's the 1.5 rule. So, for example, you could switch Beatrice Carson and Teddy Cruz because they are less than 1.5 from each other. You wouldn't be able to switch Marie Rubio and Bernice Sanders. So you would just change the numbers over here should you want to switch them. For example, for these two, I would make the 4 a 5 and the 5 a 4 to switch the order. After you've finished all of that, then you just come down to the bottom and click Save Changes. If you've made an error in your lineup, you haven't followed the 1.5 rule, there will be a bright yellow bar on whoever has the error. And at the bottom of the page, you will see this notice that's at the bottom of the screen right here that says corrections needed. All you have to do is just go back, fix the corrections, click Save Changes again, and if it's corrected, the yellow will go away, and this notice at the bottom will go away as well. And that's all you have to do by March 18th, is just put in your lineup. As far as the reporting results, we highly recommend in your packet you'll have 2 paper copies, and you'll need to make a couple more. Keep a paper copy for each one of your matches so that you and the visiting team can verify the results prior to everyone leaving at the end of the day. And we were even saying at the meeting today that you might want to just both initial it or sign it just so that you have proof that you both agreed to the results. But all of the reporting is going to be done online, and this is the responsibility of the home team captain. So this will be the first screen that you see when you log into the website. The cup number, the date, the home team, and the away team will already be there for you. You don't have to fill any of that in. All you're going to need to do is go down here to where it says name for the home team and name for the away team, and click the drop-down menus and put in the players that played that day. Once you do that and you have all 7 for each team, you click Save Player Changes. Then you're going to go in and pick the winner of each match. So for example, if Pam Brown won the match here, then I would click the drop-down menu on her side and fill in how she won. Okay, maybe she won 2-1. I would click that, and that would go in that box. I wouldn't put anything next to Maggie because she didn't win the match. Yes. Did you have a question? Sorry. Okay. So it's only the results go next to the winner of each match. You won't have something filled in for every box on both sides. And again, once you have that finished, you click Save Player Changes at the bottom, and you're done. We are asking that the visiting team go in at the end of the day and just verify that the results that are in there are correct. Some of the ladies said they would like their club pro to do it for them, which is fine. But then both teams, we recommend both team captains go in and verify the results just to make sure that everything is accurate. So that's the online component for this year. We know it's a work in progress. We know there may be some issues that come up as you're, posting your results, that kind of thing. Just give us a call or email if anything comes up, and we'll be happy to help you on our end with it. In the envelopes are the red team match handbook. Joanne mentioned that. So through the team match handbooks, we just talked about a couple things that are important. So team match captains prior to the team matches need to hold a team match meeting to go over all the information with your team. Make sure that you have a greeter or a hostess lined up for each match. And definitely check in with your club professional, your greens chairman, and your superintendent to make sure everything's in order for the matches. That would be a time to go over the local rules, just make sure they're very clear so that when those the visiting team gets there, there aren't any issues. Once we get to the day before, the day of the match, the home team captain is going to want to prepare a results sheet, fill in at least the names of your team. If you talk to the visiting team captain the night before and want to fill in their names too, that's fine. You'll need 2 sets of scorecards, 1 for each competitor. Definitely make sure you have a lineup list for the caddy master, and take a few moments that morning to go over the local rules with the visiting captain. Once the results or the matches are finished, make sure that you record the matches results on the paper copy, and then the home team captain, like I said, is going to need to post those results online. Visiting team captain, just make sure you come with your lineup list in writing for the caddy master, and also for either the home team captain or whoever's doing the scorecard. Take some time to go over the local rules, and notify the home captain if any of your players are unable to stay for lunch. Both captains, please make sure you bring that red book with you to your matches, just in case there are any issues that come up. And make sure, it's really important that your players are in the right order as they're playing the match so that we don't have any issues with that. Check the results sheet, the paper sheet, and like I said, maybe both sign it to confirm that you both agree. And once everything is done online, make sure you go in and check that. So the player responsibilities would be something you want to go over with your players. Make sure their name's on their golf bag, obviously. Have them count clubs before and after they play. The host players should be, making sure they introduce the visiting player to the caddy, show them around the club if they need to. Make sure you have an identifying mark on your golf ball and show it to your competitor on the first tee. There is a new rule book. Carol Haas mentioned that at the meetings this morning, so players should make sure that they have that in their bag just in case. And any issues that come up with rulings should be deferred to the team captains and or golf pros at the end of the match. Make sure that you tell your captain the results as soon as you come in, and keep your pace of play up throughout. And if you're the home player and you're unable to stay for lunch, please ask another player to take care of your opponent for you. This slide just is talking about, please remind your players, if they are running late, it is critical that they let the club know. If that's the case, then the match can be moved out of order by mutual consent. If the player doesn't let the club know they're running late, and there's a reasonable grace period of time, if she still doesn't arrive, 7th place is going to be forfeited by that team. So as you have your team meetings, just make sure you stress the importance of that one. And then this is just the general definitions for default and forfeit, and a reminder that teams must have 7 players for 2 matches, not less than 5 for 2 of the others, and not less than 4 in 1, to be able to avoid having a default. And again, this is in your booklets as well. We talked about the playoff authorization form. That is in the packet. Just pass that along to your golf professional. And if they're able to host a challenge round or super jump round, the dates are at the bottom of this slide. Just have them let us know by April 1st. It would be very helpful. So playoff rounds, I'm sure you're mostly familiar with this. The winner of each cup challenges the loser of the cup above. You're eligible for a super jump if you win all 5 matches and have 30 points or more. We will select a neutral course for the challenge matches. It'll be, geographic, somewhere in between the 2 courses so that nobody has to travel an exceptionally long distance. And you have to have 5 players on the team or you will have a team match default. For the challenge matches, once the team has won 4 matches, nobody else needs to finish. If it's a super jump, it has to be 5 matches won before you can have people stop playing. And then these are the dates for each of the matches, the challenge and super jump rounds. If there's a tie in the Philadelphia Cup, that one's going to be Thursday, May 12th. And then on the slide here, you can see when club representatives will be notified, and the host club, the neutral site, will be also notified. And this will also be posted on our website once it's available. And just a reminder, if you're in the playoff rounds, your players have to have played at least 1 regular match to be eligible to play with the team. You can use people from a lower team to play up if you need them, as long as they stay in the team lineup order by handicap. And then shifting gears, we're just talking a little bit about junior girls. So we do have intercity matches this year. They're going to be at Commonwealth on June 29th and 30th. We just encourage, any of our members or any junior girls who, are just starting out to come out and watch our juniors try to retain the cup. They won last year. So, definitely think about doing that and bringing some of the other juniors out. We have the Monterey Ophelia and the Lady Junior at Sandy Run on July 6th. And if you're like me and have a mom who doesn't play golf and only a son, you might want to try to find a junior at your club to bring out and play. It's a fun day and a great way to get juniors involved. The Junior Girls Championship is at Yardley, July 19th to 22nd. We have the Griscom Cup at Trump National on the 25th. And, whoops, sorry about that. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that, just lost the slide. Wrong one. There we go. The Rita Cooper is at Bala on August 1st, and there will be another Eastern Junior Girls Fun Day, which is a Pennsylvania State Women's Golf Association event. Once we have the information for that, we will definitely post that on the site as well. Don't forget about the Jaywood Platts tournaments. This is just a little information about the money that's been distributed. you know, the amount of recipients. It is a far-reaching and great foundation for our younger people who are trying to go to college. So definitely think about playing. Our events this year, the Class A is July 28th at Radley, and B is at Concord on the 26th, and C and D are at North Hills. They're combined on the 26th. So think about, you know, making sure that you come out and support that worthy cause. At the meeting today, we had Dana Yermishin. She's a member at Rolling Green, and she talked about the U.S. Women's Amateur, which is going to be a Rolling Green August 1st through the 7th. She said there's a link on the website if you're interested in volunteering or want more information about this. It'll be a really exciting event to go out and watch some amazing, you know, juniors and women playing high-level golf. So there's also a video she showed just kind of talking about the history of the tournament. Megan Bolger-Stazzi's on there talking about it as well. If you're interested, that link is also on Rolling Green's site, so you can check that out. And then, Pat, do you want to talk about what Carol had to say, or are we not doing this tonight?
I think it's hard to explain a couple of rule changes. The only thing is the new rule book is blue. It's like a light blue in color. And she did say if you have an old one, throw it away. So the pro shops might have some of the new ones. I don't know, are there any golf rules you can think of that would be easy to explain?
I think the big one she said was the anchoring one. And she said if you have a putting grip that you feel is not normal, make sure that you check with your club pro before you start playing in team matches, just to make sure that you are not anchoring the putter in any way.
Okay. I think right now we've given you a lot of information, and we can certainly answer any questions. I think because there's so many people on the phone, we need to just answer one question at a time. If anybody has one, you can unmute your phone and feel free to ask any question.
Hi, I'm Patty Feinberg. I have a question.
Okay.
I'm a new team captain, and to log in to do the lineups or the results, do I log in just as I normally would?
That's correct, Patty. So Patty, you're just going to use the username and password that you created when you registered this year.
Okay, so I log in normally. Okay, thank you.
And once you log in, I'm back on this screen where you're going to see, so this bottom part right here is cut, but this is the page that you would see when you log in, and at the very bottom will be this green bar where it says team match links and the team lineup.
Okay, I understand that part. It was just, I missed the login part about it. So.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And just one thing, if you log in to do your team lineup and you feel that there are any players that you feel have registered that are not on your team lineup, please email those concerns to our, WGAP at wgapgolf.org email, and we'll get back to you and verify that.
Hi, this is Ann Wilcox. If I put in the lineup and I need to make a change before the 16th or before the 18th, can I do that?
Yes. Yes. You can change it as many times as you'd like. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
But know that only the team captains or coordinators can go access the team lineup to make changes.
Okay.
That's only if you are the captain or the coordinator on record. Now, if there's somebody going to change as a captain, you need to let us know so we can give them access.
No, I'm still the captain.
Okay. And happy to do so.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
Sandy Run has a question. The question
Okay.
is that we have that sometimes the team captains move from one of the teams to another team. So, for example, the third team captain may play on the second team. Is it normally the team captains that are posting the results? And what do we do if that's true?
Sorry, I didn't hear that question.
Okay, here's the question. Sometimes our third team captain gets pulled up to play on the second team. Therefore, when the third team plays, there's nobody that has a login. How do we post results?
We're working on that.
Really?
Believe it or not, we were discussing that today because a lot of times there are captains that fill in because either the captain doesn't play a certain match.
Right.
So we're looking into an answer to that question, to be quite honest with you.
All right, thanks, Pat.
And another thing you can always do, all of your golf professionals at your club will have access to do this for you.
Oh, great answer, Joanne. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
It's Deb Roberts from Old York Road. It's about open days. I noticed that we are to pay for our cart fees with credit cards. Is that one per woman, or are we going to, is one person paying for a twosome or a foursome?
Open days, you will pay for your cart at the club.
Okay. Okay.
You won't pay for your carts ahead of time for open days.
Okay. How about tournaments?
That will be for, if you're signing up for a twosome or a foursome, you will pay for all four.
And then get reimbursed from your partners.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct. That's the same way it was last year. So if it was a single event, I'd sign up myself and pay for it. But if it was a partner event, then I would pay for my partner and I would have them give me the money.
Okay. Very good. Just wanted to check. Thanks.
Any other questions? Any comments on the webinar? Anything is welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one more question.
Okay.
Is the golf office open on Saturdays?
Not usually. Not usually.
Okay. All right, because I wanted to see when I could get over and pick up some of those posters.
Yeah, if you just give us a call. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ann, if this Saturday works, I'm happy to go down there and meet you down there.
Well, I'm not sure yet if it's going to be this Saturday, if I can get there. So
Okay,
I'll call first.
Yeah, or just send me an email. This is Laura talking. So just send me an email at lhammond@wgapgolf.org, and we'll schedule a time if nobody can be there.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is
if you need it
AK.
in the evening, that would be okay too. Just let me know.
Okay. So this is.
What are the normal hours that you are there? Because we're trying to coordinate to come up to get the packets.
Who's that?
Patty Feinberg and Fran Pizano.
Okay. Tomorrow the hours right now are a little bit irregular. They will be more regular within the next month, but right now, some days we're there all day, some days we're there half a day. It varies. So if you know when you want to come, just give us a call, and one of us can either meet you there if we're not there, or we can let you know that we're there. We're very flexible.
Okay.
So,
and I'll mail out the captain, and except for the poster, we're going to mail out next week, right, or within the week, the
Are
captain.
you going to mail them out? This is Fran Pizzano. Are you going to mail them out?
That's what we
The only thing we can't mail out is the posters.
poster, right? We can't mail out the poster, but we'll mail out the rest of the information to you if you want. If you're
So the team match pack will come in the mail.
Okay? So we'll say good night to everyone. And thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. This was very helpful.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.